Bringing people and communities together on seclosounds.org.
Your listening station.
Hi, I'm Joe Sullivan. Welcome to this week's Sticks Radio Show. I have three guests in a packed show running up to Christmas. I have, later on in the show, I have Steve Howlett from Britain's Got Talent event. We also have Eleanor Saunders. She was one of the winners of Panto Factor. My first guest on the show today is a young lady who's recently won a chance to play Panto. She was in the Panto Factor. The lady's name is Holly Ann Hull. She's playing Maid Marian in Dunstable this Christmas. How are we this morning, Holly?
Hello, I'm very good, thank you. Very, very good.
You've done very, very well for yourself in a short time. I mean, if I'm correct, you first took to the stage at the age of 9.
Yes, I've been very, very lucky. I have to admit, very lucky.
Well, it's right place, right time, often, isn't it?
Yes, that's exactly, and who you know, and all that business.
Well, I was at the competition. I'd flown back from the States the day before. I sat in the audience, and in fact, I think I sat next to your young man.
Yes, you did.
I did, and I said you were in with the shout, and there was I did choose somebody else for the other part, but purely because of he was a man, but he was I thought he was a little old, and so he didn't get the part. But we're having Eleanor, who's playing Robin Hood, joining us later on in the hour, so we'll have a chat with her.
Yeah.
But I was actually very shocked, well, pleasantly surprised, shocked how good all 8 of you were. But that was the final stages. How many rounds of auditions did you have to go through to get that far?
Oh my God, I can't. I'm going to estimate about 5 or 6.
And that must be quite daunting. Keep coming back, having to do 5 or 6.
Yeah, and a lot of the cuts were completely shock. I mean, they just say, okay, now we're going to let 5 of you go, and we'd be like, oh, okay, and then you'd have no time to be nervous or to build up anything. They just kept cutting people without us knowing. Because
you had 2 sort of very, or 3 sort of very sort of well-known judges, all very well-known in the world of your sort of thing. You had Jessette, you had Anna, who was on a couple of weeks ago, and you had a gentleman, for me, I can't remember his name. Rob, that's right, and he's very well known in the Panto world. I've seen him normally plays the dame, doesn't he, in Panto?
Yeah.
I've seen him, and I mean, they were very strict but very fair.
Yeah, they were. I like that about them, though.
Yeah, I mean, that's playing with a straight edge. I had Jessette on the show last year, and she is a larger-than-life lady.
She is just brilliant. Like, I mean, I had an hour singing lesson with her, and I felt like a new person. She's just absolutely incredible. Yeah. She has an aura, and love it.
She's an undiscovered talent. I mean, she's got a great voice, a great presence on stage.
Yeah.
But, she's a great voice coach. I know she works with some of the X Factor people, doesn't she? After I know, so she's a great girl. Let's not keep talking about Jessette. Let's talk about yourself. So that was your first stage debut at the age of 9.
Yes.
In The Little Mermaid.
Yeah. The star. No, it was literally just a school
production.
It was when I first, everyone kind of first discovered that I could sing, and I was singing the Little Mermaid at a school production thing, and everyone was kind of shocked, I guess, because I didn't think my parents even knew that I could sing.
No.
So yeah, I mean, from then I just kept doing it and stuck with it, and everything just seemed to go really well for me, which is great.
I mean, you then went off to Guildford to the famous School of Acting, or Saturday School, didn't you?
Yeah, I went to GSA School of Acting from a very young age. I was about 9 to maybe 11, and then joined National Youth Music Theatre in 2009, I think it was.
Yeah.
It was a really, really massive opportunity for me at that age.
Yeah. So I mean that's great. I mean this is not your first panto, is it?
No, but it is my first lead in a panto, because when I was with the Guildford School of Acting when I was a lot younger. I was one of the little babes.
Were you?
The tiny ones, yeah. I was one of them for about 3 years. But that's all I've done. This is my first kind of big role. And
Yeah, it's a great... I mean, when you say a big role, and you were little then, I mean, you're not exactly a large lady now. I was surprised at the voice that came out of the size of you. Without being too rude, I didn't quite know how to put it without being rude. What I heard and what I saw didn't seem, a little bit like Susan Boyle. It wasn't what I expected.
Right. Don't know what to say to that.
Well, don't say anything. I mean, that is supposed to be that's a compliment. I'm not being rude or anything like that. But you've a lot. No, it's great. I mean, because looking at you, I was thinking, oh, she's looks quite timid and that, and then suddenly there's this big voice that filled the stage and filled the theatre, because the theatre was very, very full that night. I was quite surprised how many people were in. It was a really good atmosphere in the show.
But it was a really great atmosphere.
And it is a wonderful theatre, the Grove.
Yeah.
But then you did 5 years ago, and you were still very young then. You auditioned for the Disney Channel, a UK search called My Camp Rock.
Yes, that was a whirlwind.
Was it?
It was a long time ago, but yeah, that was all on. It was about 4 months long, and it was just this big televised TV competition to find the kind of next Disney Channel talent type of thing, and yeah, it was brilliant while it lasted. It was an amazing experience that I'll take with me forever. But yeah, long ago now.
And how did it go?
Oh, it was amazing. I mean, I met some incredible people. I got to have the experience of being on TV and having a tiny little bit of fame, and it was fun being. I can't even remember how old I was. I must have been about 13 or 14, but. Yeah, I mean, I could not believe my confidence back then. I get so nervous now. I don't think I'd be able to do it again. Yeah,
because you did. I mean, you actually went on and won it, didn't you?
Yes, I did win it. Yeah.
That's what I was hoping you were going to say. I said,
sorry.
How did it go? I thought, oh, she's going to say, I won it. you won it. I mean, that must have opened a few doors for you, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. I was so fortunate. I mean, I got. A music video and a single on iTunes. It was really, really amazing. Amazing opportunity.
And that was This Is Me?
Yes, from My Camp Rock.
Yeah, so...
Yeah.
And you can still watch it on the website, I think. I think you can still...
Yeah, it's all over YouTube.
All over YouTube. Yeah, I did see... I found, actually, quite a few YouTube clips of yourself. I mean, there's probably, for all of us, if we search enough, we find YouTube clips of all of us, perhaps. But there's quite a few of you singing, actually. I was quite surprised.
Yeah, I've got a fair few on there from all ages. I should probably update those.
No, they're okay. I mean, they're great to stay on there, and it's sort of really, really good. But I mean, after you'd sort of run the show, you went back to school, didn't you?
Yeah, I went back to school, and I just went on holiday with my family to Florida, and we just went to Disneyland in Orlando and that. And there was this competition there called the MGM American Idol Experience, and I just thought, I'll go for that because it's fun, and it's kind of just like a bit of entertainment for the park, for the visitors at the park. And yeah, I won that one as well, which was massive for me because that was in America. And I've still got the little slip. The prize was to win kind of a fast pass to get straight through to the boot camp in American Idol, but I'm obviously not American, so that's never really done me good, but I'm going to keep it because it's an amazing it's something maybe I'll marry an American.
Well, maybe, or it's something to tell your children, your grandchildren, your nieces, your nephews, look what I won. And I actually found, when I was looking on YouTube, I actually found a clip of you on there as well, because you met the American Idol winner that year, hadn't you?
Yes, yeah.
But the song you won, the song you sung to win, was Reflections from Mulan.
Yes, it was, a Disney one.
Yeah, why did you choose that one particularly?
Well, basically in the competition they give you kind of a huge list of songs, and you've just got to choose one. I mean, it's there and then, so that you have no time to learn anything new. So I kind of just went with what you knew. What I knew, yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's. I mean, I've been to the famous Walt Disney World and all its little, you know, the Animal Kingdom and all the other bits and bobs, the MGM studios. I've also had the pleasure of going to the one in California, and they are an awesome place. That must have been. You said it was very exciting.
Yeah, I mean, it was an amazing experience. I mean, it was an audience vote as well, so it was all there and then. It was brilliant. I loved it.
Yeah, because were you the only English girl in it, or the English person?
Yeah. Oh no, there was there was a Scottish guy, and it was me and him in the final. How funny is that?
Oh, great! Because the American.
There was a ton of Americans in it, but for some reason the Scot and the English girl got through to the end.
Oh, that must have wound a few of them up. That's great.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But the Americans love us, don't they? They love us Brits.
I know. It's brilliant.
I don't know what it is. I travel regularly to America, and the three things I hear is: are you Australian? You must love Downton Abbey.
Oh.
And how was it when you went to have tea with the Queen?
Yeah. Have you met the Queen?
I just think, well, I mean,
All the
I've never met the Queen. I don't know about you. Have you had the pleasure?
I actually have.
Ah.
I sang for her when I was 11.
Did you really?
I did.
Did she like it?
Oh, I did. I loved it.
Did she like it, though?
Not that I remember it. I mean, I was 11. I'm so gutted that I'd never get that opportunity again, but...
Never say never. Never say never. Never know. You never know.
Yeah, never know.
No, so... And also, I mean, you won this, and you're also involved in an organisation called the West End Kids.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit. I've never heard of it. Tell us a little bit about it.
It's just... Honestly, it is the most incredible source of training you could ever get from before under 18. I mean, it's just incredible. And the main choreographer and musician, MD, musical director, they just throw their whole lives into it, and all for the kids. It's just, I can't even express how incredible that training was for me.
So how old what's sort of the time, the sort of age range? Is it sort of, do you have to be a teenager, or is it?
Well, I think there's a West End Kids training company, which are for the younger years, or for people that aren't quite at the standard of the main company. But in the main company, I say they take people from about 12 to 20, maybe. Oh,
so I'm well out of it, so it's not going to happen for me then, is it?
I'm sure if you audition, you'd get in.
You've not heard you seriously have not heard my voice. Anna the other week offered me a singing lesson, and I'll be honest with you, I always say that I was 13, my voice broke, and it's never been fixed, and it is not nice. Please.
It all went downhill from there.
It's certainly downhill. But I mean, this West End Kids, you get to sing some music from some of the West End shows. I mean, things like Producers. One of my favourites, Avenue Q. Now, I very, very politically incorrect, and one I've never heard of, but I know it's doing really well in the London at the moment, called You're in Town.
Yes.
I don't know much about that one. I perhaps would be better to skip over that one anyhow.
No, I don't know a lot about that myself.
Talking about the sort of success you've had in singing competitions, shall we say, or talent shows, whatever you like to call them, have you ever fancied doing the X Factor?
See, I've always thought, that would be fun. But I don't know. I think it's more of I really don't know. Maybe one day. I just don't know about that one.
Okay. Obviously, you love doing your singing and your dancing. Is there a particular role you'd like to do?
Yes. My absolute dream role is Christine in Phantom of the Opera.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is an iconic show, isn't it? I've had the pleasure of seeing it twice, once in London and once on the touring version a couple of years ago, and it still makes the hair. I mean, I see a lot of shows, and it still makes the hairs on the back of my neck stand on end. It is one of them shows. I'm not an opera fan by any means.
Legendary, yeah.
In fact, I've never been to an opera. I'll hold my hands up to that, and I've never been. And I love it. It's one of my favourite shows.
Me too.
Okay. What else would you like to do? Is there any other thing you'd love to do?
What, outside of musicals?
Yeah, outside of musicals. Is it we'd like to do TV? I mean, it's probably a silly, daft question, really, isn't it?
I'm open to all sorts. I mean, I've just graduated, so I am willing to try put my foot in every door and just see what
Whatever
see what
you
I
can.
get. Yeah, I mean, I'm completely open to every experience.